Hello. In today's task, we're going to take a look at the trip request form and three different messages that you can customize in the form. The first of those messages is at the top of the trip request form. It's called the general message. We build in a very generic message that you can see here at the top of the form underneath travel request form. Welcome to Cook County Schools Travel Tracker, your one-stop travel center. And so we will customize that with your district school name and put in just some very generic information that you can see there. Now, if you would like to add information to that general message, you can. It can include information, instructions, special information about trip requests that you need for your requesters to know. It could have policy information in there. Whatever you would like for it to have, you can add that information in. And that general message will be at the top of every request form for the requester to see and review and know and understand. Now, the next message that's in the trip request has to do with child nutrition. And so in your trip request form, there will be a question, something about will the students be away from school during lunch? Now, if they select yes, that's going to open up another level of the form, and this is going to be where those messages are. And so if the requester selects yes, then it's going to bring up a message here for child nutrition and for the requester. And so we just build in a very generic statement that bag lunches have been requested for the field trip. Contact cafeteria staff to verify the number of lunches needed. That message you can customize. You can make it say anything you want it to that's important for the requester and for child nutrition to know, because that message is also going to go to child nutrition. Now, if they say, no, I don't need packed lunches, there will be another message. And again, this message can be customized to fit whatever you need for the message to say in your district regarding child nutrition and not the need for packed lunches. The final message that you can customize in the request form is in the field trip request, and it is the field trip acceptance of responsibility. And again, we have added in a very generic statement that your requesters are agreeing to when they submit their field trip request. Again, you can make this message say anything you want it to. You could bullet out some points that your requesters are agreeing to. It may have something to do with policies, maybe chaperone rules. Anything that you want to have in here can be added in to this teacher or the field trip acceptance of responsibility for the requester. The thing about the statement is that whatever you type in there, whatever you add to this message, the requester has to select yes, that they have read and understand the information above. They have to select yes in order to submit the trip request. So let's go and let me show you where you can make changes to those messages. So in your travel tracker, you're going to come to the configuration tab. Now, this is the first time we visited the configuration tab, but in the configuration tab, there's lots of different options, and we will get into some of those down the road. But for now, we're going to go to the configuration tab, and the first three options here are where you're going to find those messages and where you can make changes to them. The first option is your general trip message, and there's actually two different fields that you can make changes to. The message at the top of the trip request will be here. Again, it will be very generic, but you can come in and make any changes that you'd like to. It's just an open field, a text field, and so you can come in and you can type in any information that you want to. You can skip spaces and number things, or however you would like for that message to be. There is a space for a message at the bottom of the request, just above the submit button. So if you wanted to come in here and maybe just reiterate something that you had mentioned before, some other special message that may need to be on the trip request. Now, if you do make any changes to either of these messages, you do want to be sure that you scroll to the bottom and click the Save button so that those messages are saved in the form. You'll see a message that your document has been submitted, and you'll be able to see those that new message in your trip request. Now the next option, the field trip message, this is that message at the bottom of the form, at the bottom of your trip request. So this is the one that goes just above them saying yes, that they have read and they understand the statement above. So here is that basically the acceptance of responsibility statement. And so again, the same thing, you can come in and make any changes to this that you might need to. And then whatever changes you make, be sure you click the Save button. Finally, the lunch messages here. There are two fields. The top field is the message that you want to appear if the requester says, yes, I need bagged lunches. And the message underneath here is the message that pops up if the requester says, I will just be away during lunch. I'm not needing packed lunches. So there's your two messages. Again, make any changes, be sure you click the Save button. So think about what your messages need to be and go in and make those adjustments in your configuration tab. Thank you.